So I want to thank S.H.E Empowerment and Trinette. Thank you for having me and us here. So, and it's funny, I didn't realize I have a history with the children's board back decades ago. I was a part of an organization called the National Association for Community and Justice, the NCCJ. And I would go to these summer camps as a counselor and then an advisor, partly because it was a human relation. So it was about diversity within the community and in society. And it was, I was a part of that partly because of the Children's Board. And so it's interesting that I find myself here today because I have some rooted history with the Children's Board. The other thing is, I don't have an issue ever talking. And the other thing, and I say that because, you know, you've heard so many different people speak today, and everyone has, you know, their own journey, and their stories are so different. But, you know, I'm one of those people that I pretty much, you know, I love to listen and I soak it all in because I've grown up with not having a similar story to what you've heard today. You know, I don't come from a background where there was hardship. You know, my childhood was very happy. I would repeat it over and over again. I don't know, I was just a kid. I played outside, I went on school field trips, I had fun at school. So I grew up not really knowing a lot of the things that are happening just within our own communities. So in doing this program, you know, part of it is, you know, I want to be able to do what I can to create this open platform to encourage the growth in people and for people to create their own opportunities and to believe themselves. So the thing is, I'm the youngest of four. I have a Latina mom.
Oh, Latina.
Yes. And, you know, the thing is, in growing up, you know, like I said, I didn't have any issues with like self-esteem or whether I was good enough or not because according to my mother, I'm the best thing that ever happened. And everything that I do will be the best thing that anybody will ever do.
And that's honestly true. That's honestly true.
And that's just the way that I grew up, and that's very powerful, especially if you know what it is that you have. But, funny story, and it just happened, and so Trinette says, I want you to speak about confidence. And I'm like, oh, that's easy for me. I can go on it. You know, how you have to have it, and it's amazing, and it's wonderful, you have to grow, and you know, power through. Because I never had my own stable foundation shaken up. Until this previous week, where I was on a business trip. And I'm in a growing program. You know, we are independently owned, and we are produced locally, and that's very exciting. We are creative television. What you're seeing here and what we're doing in the program is not the norm. We want to be able to do what we do as a reflection of who we are and the people that we do business with, the people that we socialize with within our cultures and our own diversity, so diverse social groups. But whenever you're trying to get into the game,
there's always that big but.
There's always that big but, and I want you to know. Okay? There's
Not
always that big but. You know, here I am. I'm the man. No one can tell me that I am not fierce, down, oops, right? I am my own superhero, and my superpower is me. But all of a sudden, my ground was shaken because someone told me that they didn't believe me. What I was trying to sell them, they're saying this is all an act, and everything that you think you have accomplished is nothing but a put on. We need to see who you really are in order for you to be the success that you think you are and can be. So I was feeling real twisted. I was like, arr! You know, the Latino Amy was like, whoa, 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 whoa. You know, and that's never truly happened at a level where these are people who can somehow be in control of what your future can be. And that's crazy. That is so powerful to think that you work up to a point where you think you are solid, that no one or not anything can derail you, and all of a sudden, you're off your tracks. And that can happen really to anyone, at any time in their life. And for the first time, truly, in my life, whatever I grew up with, whatever superpower it was that I gained from my foundation was shaken. And I had to question myself. I'm like, wait a minute, maybe they're right. Like all of a sudden, after 42 years, they're right. And I had to come back home and reorganize my thoughts, call my girls and be like, I don't understand. These people have knocked me off of my swagger here. They have me questioning myself.
We're like, no way.
It was crazy because, when you're surrounded by a group of people who love and care for you and want to participate in that success with you together, bring each other up. Everyone has their own unique gifts, and when you put all your gifts together, you can achieve so much more and so much greater. And the one thing I want to tell you girls today is also, don't get confused with what you think success looks like. Okay? Do not get confused with what you think success looks like, because confidence is something that cannot be photoshopped. Confidence isn't anything that you can put a filter on and make everything perfect. Confidence is not having the right lighting. Confidence is not having the right time to edit, and not just visually, but just your life, pretending. You don't want to be an image. You want to be a human being and bring something to the table. Whatever it is that you want to bring, you bring it, you own it, you do it to the best of your ability. And my confidence was shaken. I was off tracks for the first time in my life. I had the question, I was like, well, maybe I am just an act. Maybe I am just putting on for everybody. Then I sat down and let it steep. I was like, I'm like, this tea, right? I was like, I don't know if I like this flavor. I'm gonna let it steep some more. So it's steeping, you know what that is? So like you get some tea, and then you have the tea bag in there, and you gotta let it marinate, so that you can get the full flavor. And I'm thinking maybe I'm drinking the wrong kind of tea. And I'm like, nah, I'm gonna sit there for a little bit. It's kind of like you go to a restaurant and you order something, and they bring you something you don't want to eat without even trying it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I'm gonna try this tea that they're serving, because at the first taste, it was a little bitter for me, right? I was like, nah, I don't think I want to drink it. Right? So I let it steep some, add a little cream and sugar. I said, maybe it just needs to sit a little while, and then I need to drink it and see, if I can hang with it. See if this drink is for me. And I did. And what it taught me is that, the tea was just too hot for me to drink at that moment. It was too hot. I needed to calm down a little bit, which means that I needed to calm myself down and not let somebody else's opinion. Because the thing is, I had to go back and say, wait a minute, they flew from New York to meet me in Miami to come talk to me. So basically, they must see something in me that's going to also really pretty much make them a lot of money. And all of a sudden, there's something wrong with the package. I said, so what needs to happen here is, wait a minute. I took another sip. It's actually tasting really good, because this tea is me. You came here for a reason. This is the package. I do what I do, and I do it my way. If I wanted to do it the way that everybody else does it now, you would have flown here to meet and talk to me about it.
Yes.
So sometimes you have to kind of get knocked off the tracks to pick yourself back up and believe in yourself and what it is that you want to achieve in life, period. It's not going to be because of your color. It's not going to be with how much money you have or where you live. If truly, you have a lot of, so many people say so many great things that get your package together. Don't give it up too early, right? Get off the streets. Stop hustling. Yes, absolutely. But I'm going to tell you one more thing. You know, I grew up loving superheroes, and you know, they always come and save the day. You need to know and learn and grow. You need to save your own day and be your own superhero with your own superpower by building all these things, everything that everyone has said today, and put that into your utility belts and have them ready to go whenever you need to pull out some confidence, whenever you need to pull out that great package, whenever you want to pull out that no, you can't have none, you have it. You are armed and ready to take on life because it's not easy. You're going to be surrounded by so many people telling you what you can't accomplish. And I'm that kind of person who stands around and talks about what we can't accomplish. And that's the mentality you need to be in. You don't need to be what everyone thinks you need to be so that everyone can buy whatever it is that you're trying to put out. So if you take everything that everyone has said today and add that little recipe to your hot water and create your own tea for yourself, just know. And that comes from having the confidence to believe in yourself, having the confidence to know that if you fail, because that's like one of the things I do best.
Add me in with you.
It's like, that's what, I mean, I'm an expert at failing.
But when it's time for it to come up.
Exactly. It just, all it does is provides the other F word, which is fuel to put in your tank to keep going and to make yourself better, or to do, you do better when you know better, right? And sometimes you do. You have to mess up really bad to get yourself together. You have to sometimes get your ego destroyed so you can humble yourself and get right back